What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here, pairing up with JumpStartGamers to bring you guys this little bit right here. This is not any gameplay of Battlefield 3. What I'm going to be showing you is an add-on for your web browser. That is, if you're using, Chrome or Firefox. If you're using Internet Explorer or you're using Opera or Safari, hey, you're going to get screwed. It is not available for those or any other web browsers aside from, again, Chrome and Firefox. So switch to those if you don't have them yet. So yeah, what this is called is Better Battlelog. They are currently at version 1.5, stable version right here on this page. I'll have a link to this download page in the description of this video, and so just, click it and wait 30 seconds for it to download. Your web browser should auto-install it as it is an add-on. And bam, there you go. You will have Better Battlelog. So what this is going to do is it's going to bring in a slew of new features that pretty much should be standard to Battlelog, but sadly isn't, so these guys have done it for you. And for DICE and EA, I guess. So let's get to it and see what this is actually going to be adding on. From this front page, you can see that this is an actual YouTube video. With the typical Battlelog, it does not have embedded videos, so this you would just see the http blah 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 www.somethingyoutube blah blah blah.com and all that jazz. And this is also going to be something that happens in the forums. If people are posting links, you don't have to actually click, open up a new tab or window and go to see the video in that. You can just watch them straight out of the forum page or from people's presentations. And so that's a pretty handy thing, just kind of saves some time. Speaking of saving time, there's a lot of features that this Better Battlelog introduces, so we're going to go ahead and start moving on. Going to be going to the soldiers overview stats page. Pretty standard stuff that you see right here. Nothing gets changed right here, but in version 1.5 what they did is they didn't really partner up with Battlefield, BF3 stats.com. What they did was they kind of connected them. Alright, they added in this right down here, this graph and these stats right down here. This is all taken directly from BF3stats.com. So you see this graph, it's got a lot going on, but not too much. You can see everything's color coded. It really helps for you to see what you have selected. What we've got selected right now is score per minute, KD ratio, and win-loss ratio. And you can tell that as I move my mouse across this graph, it does update with the date and time that it was updated with BF3stats.com. And as I move it, it displays the date right here, and as I move it across, it does update these values right here to show you, so you don't have to look and gauge where it is on the values listed over here on the sides. And like I said, everything's color coordinated. Green right here is for the win-loss ratio, so that's showing this line right here. And it really makes things easy to keep track of your history, how you're progressing. You can see where you've lately been dropping, where you've been excelling, where you should improve. It really helps you, to get better at the game. And these are not just the only three things. As I move my mouse over here, you'll see all of these stats are things that you can add on to this list, and it just keeps adding in more and more colors. Obviously, it's going to get a little more difficult to see this graph because it is going to have to squeeze in to fit all the separate values, because 1100K, I don't know what value that is for black. Engineer score, that is not going to be the same 110 or 1100K for something like win-loss ratio. If I had a win-loss ratio of 1100K, holy crap, I would be ecstatic. So that really helps you out. And then these stats down here, some are similar to the stats that are already listed on this page, but this goes a little bit further, and it tells you whether these stats have gone up or down since your last update and synchronization with BF3stats.com. And if you put your mouse over it, it will tell you how much. So my savior kills have gone up +5. So pretty cool thing to see. Obviously the dot means that they've stayed roughly the same. A good way to, again, look at your history, what you've been coming from, and how you can improve. So that is the overview soldiers page. Let's move on to the individual weapons pages. These things have gotten a pretty good overhaul on this page. You can see there's a lot of information right here. and here that is not included in the standard battle log. These are going to be things showing you what the suppression per bullet is. It's going to be showing you bullet drop, bullet speed, reload times when empty, just a whole slew of information that's really going to help you to better understand these guns and figure out which one truly is right for you. Again, let's scroll down and oh look, there's even more. Talking about recoil, how much it decreases over time. It talks about the recoil that it has horizontally and vertically. It talks about how much the recoil is going to increase for your first shot, and it's even going to talk about spread, decrease, increases, all that good stuff. Now, looking at these numbers, okay, I can look at all my different weapons. You can even go to a weapons comparison chart that shows you all the weapons together, but look at all these numbers. I mean, what do some of these things mean? I know what they mean, but I've looked at these charts and I've kind of studied them over the many months that this game has been out to try to find out what weapons I like best. And even then, it can get to be a little, burdensome. I don't even know if that's a word. Burdensome, overbearing. It can get annoying to have all these numbers rushing through your head. You don't want to be thinking about all these different decimal points and whatnot while in game. So it helps to have this little chart right here, this graph. This is an accuracy plot that shows you roughly statistically what your bullets are going to do when you shoot up to the fourth bullet. Typically, you should be shooting in bursts, so this can help give you an idea of what your guns are going to do when you're shooting. You can customize it to your heart's content, whether you want to be firing from the hip or aiming down the side. Do you want to be standing, crouching, prone? Prone, that's something that does affect the LMGs, so it's a good way to see what the difference is when you're crouching and prone with the LMGs. Standing still while moving, you don't want to be moving. Look at that, it just goes out the window. So, and then of course, slot 1 and slot 2, these are for your attachments. You can throw on a heavy barrel and then throw on a foregrip, or maybe not a foregrip, but let's go suppressor and laser sight. You can just customize this and see roughly what they're going to look like. This is of course pre-patch details, so you're just going to have to bear with these guys and let them update this with what everything is going to look like post-patch. But still pretty interesting to compare the weapons, even without attachments, to see what they're all going to look like. Alright, down here you've got videos of sights. A lot of people post on videos and comment saying, what do you prefer, reflex or cobra? And it's tough you don't remember in game to, oh yeah, I need to check and see what it looks like with the red dot sight versus the cobra sight. Besides, you have to die or commit suicide or something like that to get enough time, or just a little bit amount of time between, so you remember what the other one looks like. So from here you can just click this, watch the little video showing you what the reflex red dot sight is going to look like when you're shooting, and you can compare the field of view that you get with each, and it really helps you to figure out what scope is right for you. From here you can click on this, switch to another weapon. It just gives you all the weapons split up by class. That really helps you to move from one weapon to another, so a pretty handy thing. And then of course this is already in a standard battle log, which shows the unlock progression. Now, one of the best aspects, this is one of those parts that's kind of exclusive to the PC crowd, but the server browser. From the server browser I can go to any of these servers, and let's say I know that this server uses a certain filter set that I don't really care for. It's not something that I can customize in these filters, but it's one that I don't like. It's a high ticket count, and I don't like high ticket count servers. All you have to do is right click and then click on this add to radar list. And what that does is every time you try to join, it'll show that icon, and it's going to give you a little warning saying, hey, you've added this to your radar list, you probably don't want to join it. You can also do this with individual players. So let's go into this server, and they've got, wow, a lot of players. They've got this guy right here, AN94 killer. I don't like this guy. He uses the AN94 too much, and he's a killer. It just doesn't, that's not something I want to, be associated with. So I'm just going to right click on his name and click on add to radar list. Alright, maybe this guy right here, mostly picks. He's a hacker, alright? I don't like him. I don't approve of him as a human being, so I'm looking at his page, I'm looking at his stats. I can tell from his stats that he is a hacker. His 3 kills. Ooh, that is really sketchy. I don't ever want to have this guy in a game with me. I can go right here, activate, deactivate radar. You click that, See how it's yellow? Now he's going to show up every time I'm going to be joining a server. Click it, now it's grayed out, so he's not on my list. So it's a really great way to avoid hackers and servers that you don't like, people that use tactics that you don't like, guys that just use the USAS all the time, or M320 on Metro maps, or whatever it be, whatever it may be. If it pisses you off, you just add it or them to their radar list, your radar list, and you will avoid them. This radar list is something that is exclusive to you. It doesn't, flag it for anybody else. You would have to use the standard report person from this page right here, that little triangle. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It is solely for your web browser on that computer. It doesn't carry over from one computer to the other. So again, this is just solely for a great way to avoid players. This is something that also carries over into the forums. If you go to the forums, let's go in here, find this. I can take these guys, add to flame radar list. If you guys are real active on the forums, you post a lot, and you notice that this one guy is that, what's that one guy that just hoo-ahs every single thing? I can't remember his name, but that guy, I would add him to my flame radar list. One of these guys is just a real troll. He always posts crap. He spams his YouTube channel in every thread or something like that. You can just go ahead and right click on him, add him to the flame radar list, and that way whenever you're looking at a forum, it will just delete it. You don't even have to see it, read it. It is out of sight, out of mind. Alright guys, I'm hoping that and there's a ton more, but I'm hoping that I have shown you enough of this that really encourages you to check it out. It's free. It's a very small download. It's a really great thing. I mean, I'll just show you another real brief thing. Awards. They changed the way that these lay out, and they're more in order, I would say. But also, when you move your mouse over it, you notice over there on the ribbon side, there's a blue box over it. It really helps you to see, just exactly. Okay, I've got 48 of these MVP, or that's never mind, that's number 48. I've got 2 of these. Wow, 48 of these would have been nice. I've got 2 of these, and you can see over here you've got 102 of these. So clearly I know it takes 50 to get. It's just, it really helps organize things. It streamlines the experience and just improves it overall. So definitely guys, check it out. There's a lot that I haven't even told you. Like this right here, you got the top 1%, top 14%. It shows you what percent out of the whole user base that's used the M16A4, that's used the G53. So the G53 is not that common of a weapon used. That's why I'm in the top 1%, and there's my specific rank right there, 760 out of 62,984. So yeah, there's just a lot of information. It really helps you to get an idea of where you're coming from, where you are, and how you can help improve yourself. So definitely check this guys out. Again, it is Better Battlelog. The current version is 1.5. I will have a link to this page in the description. Please guys, check this out. Don't screw yourself over in your Battlelog experience. Check it out. And if you guys are wondering about the color scheme, I will have some links in this video's description also to getting the this blacker look to the layout. I don't like those white ones. They're too bright when you got your lights off in your room. Ugh, it pisses me off. I'm sure it pisses a few of you guys off. So I will have some links to the description of this video, how you get this. It uses a program called Stylish, and then you have to download a theme for that Stylish. It's less complicated than it seems. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a good bit about what Better Battlelog can do, what it has to offer for you and your Battlefield 3 experience. And check out my channel if you guys want to ever see some Battlefield 3 stuff. Just churning out good commentaries and whatnot. Hopefully they are enjoyable just as much as this one was, and hopefully just as educational. I'm going to get a drink of water or something like that because I am quite parched and very thirsty right now. I've been talking a lot, and I haven't even talked about all the stuff that this Better Battlelog has to offer. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good one. Ta-ta.